Hello and welcome to Module 6 for ED 5840 for the summer 2026 semester. Gonna go ahead and get started. I will share my screen. And here we go. I'm sharing a photo I took a couple of years ago. Went to Seattle for a baseball weekend with friends, and it was a wonderful night at the ballpark. Beautiful day. And I took this picture just as the lights were taking effect and right after sundown in Seattle. So let's go. Let's move on. You're watching the introduction and instructions. I have here for number 2, I have put a link to the uh, answers for the ANOVA practice data set for Module 5. Get that up here real quick. Here it is. And if you have any questions, let me know. If you have questions about how we came to those answers, how I got the answers, just feel free to drop me an email. I can set up a Zoom, a phone call if needed. So for Module 6, the reading is Chapter 15 on correlation. And we're moving away from the t-test, the ANOVA, comparing means, to now correlation. And Chapter 15 gets you going, gets you started with correlation. And then Chapter 16 goes into a step higher, is linear regression and multiple regression. And regression is where you can where you go through a statistical analysis, which will determine, uh, well, you've got one dependent variable, several independent variables, and with regression, those are stats to help you determine the effect of on the variance of the dependent variable that the independent variable or if you have a number of independent variables have on the dependent variable. Multiple regression story I have when I was at Virginia Tech and I started my doc program, my major professor had me skip intro to quant and then the second quant course and go right into multiple regression. Somehow he thought that a stats class I had as a master's would be okay. It wasn't. I was lost, but thankfully a very good, a wonderful instructor, Kusum Singh from Virginia Tech. She kind of took me underneath her wings and helped me get through that class. So that was my story on multiple regression. Then I've organized the content videos in a separate window so as not to clutter up the homepage for the module. And so here's the first one, the correlation content videos. And these videos go into each of the different types of correlation statistics, correlation analysis. Then I've got recordings on linear regression and how to use SPSS for linear regression, and then multiple regression and a multiple linear regression SPSS recording. And then for both correlation and regression, I've put together a sheet, a data sheet that you can use with either SPSS or an online stats calculator to practice correlation and also regression. And I will tell you that those statistics are more complicated than t-test or ANOVA. So if you have any questions, let me know. And then post your module reflection. And it's suggested that Module 6 be completed by July 26. That concludes the introduction and instruction for Module 6. I'll talk to you later.